Okay. Agmar Chsima Tova. We should be sealed for a wonderful good year. Now that
Amen.
Rosh Hashanah,
Amen.
we've done the Avodah, the divine service of Rosh Hashanah. We move forward. Today's Tzom Gedalia. So, actually, today I'd like to just share a few words. Today is October 6th. Tomorrow will be October the 7th. And it'll be 1 year from last year's October 7th. However, it's important that we recognize as um, the real commemoration is not October 7th, but it's Shmini Atzeres Simchas Torah, which will be in a few weeks, less than 3 weeks, because that's when it happened in the Jewish calendar. And all things in the Jewish world are commemorated based on the Jewish calendar. And it's actually an important thing to appreciate because October 7th will be commemorated in the Jewish community in a very somber and only a somber manner. Now, of course, there is something to be very somber about. On that day, over 1,200 innocent lives were slaughtered, massacred on that day. And of course, that's very painful. Very painful. But that being said, October 7th falls out on Yom Noraim, the days of awe, the 10 days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, which is a time of, one of the things, it's a time of tshuva, of return, coming closer to Hashem. Now, coming closer to Hashem is an awesome opportunity. That God gives us the opportunity that we can cleanse, we can be atoned, start anew. That's pretty awesome. And therefore, even Yom Kippur itself is doesn't it has, of course, it's part of the days of awe, so therefore it has an awesomeness to it. There's also a certain joy, and the joy is that Hashem is giving us that opportunity that we could do tshuva, and that we could cleanse our soul and restart. It's like, wow, unbelievable. We say Shechianu. So it's something to see the awesomeness. Now, October 7th is a painful day. It's also the day that began a great tshuva, a great reconnect. Of course, it's terrible that it has to come through such a horrific massacre of innocent Jewish life. But we must open up our eyes and not just see in the limited fashion of what October 7th is. We have to be able to see that it is, led to a unity of the Jewish people, return of many people to their roots, to Torah mitzvahs, to be open and proud about being Jewish, where there were Israelis who didn't call themselves Jewish, they just called themselves Israelis. Now they recognize, no, that was a big mistake, living a lie. We are Jewish. We weren't attacked because we're Israeli. We're attacked because we're Jewish. It's not Israeli unity that is what's necessary now. It's Jewish unity that's necessary. It's Jewish tshuva, return, that's necessary to Torah mitzvahs. And we see that so many people, especially young people, especially soldiers, who are, much more connected to Yiddishkeit. So, the commemoration should not be one of mere pain, the suffering that we went through, but it should include and be primarily something of great joy in our unity, joy in being more connected to Yiddishkeit, to Judaism, to Torah mitzvahs. Greater joy that we stand together in truth, the truth of who we are and what we are, and that we are unashamed about it. Actually, much more proud of that today than ever before. As you have many young people who, considered themselves Jewish, but it wasn't a primary value and importance. But October 7th, all of a sudden, it became front and center. I'm a Jew. I'm connected with other Jews. I'm connected with my Judaism. And all of a sudden, young women are lighting Shabbos candles. Young men are putting on tefillin, doing other mitzvahs. That is amazing. So as a result, there needs to be a great joy. And when are we to celebrate this? Not October 7th. Or when are we to commemorate? Not October 7th. That's not the Jewish day, for a Jew, at least. It is Shmini Atzeres Simchas Torah. What do we do on that day? We dance. We dance because we celebrate the Torah. We celebrate our Jewish identity, our connection to the Torah, our connection to mitzvahs, our connection to Judaism, our connection to God, the giver of the Torah. That's what we're celebrating. So what comes out, it's interesting, is two feelings. One of pain for the loss and one of joy because of the state of affairs of the Jewish people as a result. The core essence of the soul came out of the Jew. And that's something to celebrate. Furthermore, not only do we need to dance and wholeheartedly dance, while at the same time having a pain in our heart for the loss of those who can't dance. So the truth is, Simchas Torah will come out this year and for all years to come, that we are dancing for ourselves, for our connection, but we're also dancing for those that cannot dance, those who were massacred on that day in a horrific pogrom, and of course, since then, who have lost their lives in the battle against eradicating evil. So we have to dance, not only for ourselves, but we have to dance for them too. It becomes a holy obligation to celebrate more strongly, more awesome, and with joy. While at the same time feeling the pain of the loss, but at the same time having the joy, and that we could dance for them, have the joy that they can't have through the mitzvah, through the beautiful custom of celebrating Simchas Torah with dancing with the Torah. So the Clarion Call is not to make October 7th the day to commemorate. It's definitely Jewish communities throughout the world will be doing that, and it's one thing to participate in it, but don't make that your real participation, your real commemoration. Make it Shmini Tzeres Simchas Torah. And what's important, what's important is not only that we do it, but inspire another Jewish person to celebrate that holiday. Many Jews come for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, but they don't come for Simchas Torah. This year, every Jew should be in synagogue to dance because of their own personal connection to Hashem, their own personal connection to Judaism, their own personal connection to Torah mitzvahs. And at the same time, you're dancing for someone who cannot dance. Well, their life was cruelly swept away October 7th and the days thereafter. That's the Jewish way. It also sends a signal that we're not a victim. Not only we're not a victim to atrocities, although in a sense we were, in a sense, yes, but our response to it is not one of victimhood. Our response is resilience, strength, gladness of heart, of who we are and what we stand for. The people of Hashem, a chosen people to bring God's message to the world, to bring light, to bring goodness and kindness to the world, to change the world for good, and to bring the final redemption of Mashiach now. What an auspicious, awesome time. The final redemption now.